Here we go again, you think by now I know better. Locked in my head, romanticizing forever. Last love I found, knees met the ground and all my roses died. Swore I was through, but looking at you, I think I changed my mind. Yeah, let's fall in love for the fun of it. Dive in at first and all of it. Oh, what a rush, looking into your eyes, playing it off like it's different this time. Let's break our own hearts for the fun of it. One look and I'm dying to run the risk. I'll live in your head for the rest of your life. Oh, won't you be my hopeless Valentine? My God, don't we look good together? I should be running away, but so what, whatever. Oh, last love I found, knees met the ground and all my roses died. Swore I was through, but looking at you, I think I changed my mind. Yeah, let's fall in love for the fun of it. Dive in at first and all of it. Oh, what a rush, looking into your eyes, playing it off like it's different this time. Let's break our own hearts for the fun of it. One look and I'm dying to run the risk. I'll live in your head for the rest of your life. Oh, won't you be my hopeless Valentine? Oh, won't you be my hopeless Valentine? Oh, won't you be my...
Hello everyone, it's Cathy Zilski. Welcome back to my channel and my studio and my weekly live stream. Cathy Makes a Card. Hey, so I'm back, normal, regular live time. I'm excited to be here today. I have no new haircut. No, I'm getting a haircut Friday, but I'm not going to get it cut short. I just changed my mind. I just changed my mind for right now. It's just still so easy. So we're gonna wait on that. It will happen. But welcome everyone. I'm happy to have you here today. And I posted earlier in the chat, Beth and Emma are both otherwise occupied today, but Mitzi from Altenew is here in the chat, and that will be your first hint that I am working with some really fun Altenew products today. I'm excited to get into it, but I want to share the special because if you don't know, I have a special. It's information in the description, but check it out. So today for my live stream, you can take 45% off an antique gold pigment ink pad. Now, I don't know if you have one. True story, I don't have this pad. I was talking to Nicole at Altenew. I'm like, can I get one of these? She goes, we'll set you up. It's a really beautiful pigment ink, and you can pick this up today for 45% off, which is a great deal. Love to save money, love a half price on something. It's almost half price, but there's a code, Cathy Live 2, and that is the code that if you put this in your cart and then add the code, it will take you there. Now, I do have a link in my description here and over on my blog. If you click on that link, it should put the discount right into your cart. So if you don't see the discount, try the code, and this is only through October 17th. So a limited time for my live stream people. Thank you so much, Altenew, for doing that. There is one other thing I want to mention because I will forget. That is this Friday night, October 17th, this Friday at 8 p.m. Eastern is the final walkthrough for Scrapbook and Cards today. And it's my last issue. It's our last magazine issue. We're going to do a walkthrough, but we're going to do something a little different. We're going to have guests. I'm going to be a guest if technology is my friend. I won't be there in person. We're going to have special guest prizes. You might not want to miss it. It's going to be a party. We're going to celebrate the last print issue. So I just wanted to show you those because those are things not to forget. So let's get started with today. And here's the thing. I'm going to do my best to see questions. I'm going to miss some today because when Mitzi's going to answer questions related to Altenew, as you have them, I may miss some of your questions. However, let's switch the glasses. Also, I brought out some of my fall themed J. Jill shirts. J. Jill's my jam. Do you know what I'm saying? It's my jam. And yeah, so I'm going to do my best. My glasses are really dirty. That is shocking. But I've got a few things here that I'm going to be using today. But before any of this goodness happens, we need to start with something that I want to have as an option, okay? How many of you are familiar with the shimmer relief paste? I have many colors, but I have to tell you, I am obsessed with the pearl because it's such a beautiful color. And what I want to do before we do any stamping and ink blending, because I'm going to use this really pretty Serene Blooms set today. And I've got all my pretty ink set up. I've got my brushes off to the side. I got all the things, all the things. However, today I want to take a stencil, and it is this stencil, Deco Leaves, I believe it's called. And I've got some cardstock that I've already cut, and I just want to make a panel. Oh, I hope this is focusing. You know what? I might have to put my other glasses on because I can see this a little better. Hold tight. All right, I have a piece of cardstock. Now I went ahead and trimmed this down to be 4 by 5 1/4. Also, I have another card with this stencil. I've got to show it. Hold on. Oh, I hope it's here. Is it here? Dang it. It was here. Oh, it is. I just want to show you this because I made this card using this stencil. True story. I thought that this stencil was part of last month's release for Altenew, and I did the video and I filmed it all and I was super excited. And then when I went to do the supply lists, I realized, oops, this didn't come out till this release. But isn't that cool? So that's an example of, hey, you can use that for ink blending. But today, I'm gonna do this. All right, I'm gonna do this on here. It smells so good in here because I have a big tray of soapy water so that I don't have to run to the bathroom and put you on a timeout. So I'm going to just put a tiny bit of tape runner just to hold this down because I am not going to be keeping this. And, you know, I tend to throw things away when I'm done with stenciling. But I'm just going to do a little paste, a little tone on tone, because this is such a beautiful look. Oh, Mitzi, no, it's me. I'm going to confess something to all of you today. I try really hard to stay organized. I have a great problem to have, and that is wonderful amounts of product. But I sometimes lose track because there's so much. And, you know, I'm not getting any younger. So there you go. All right. I don't need much on here because I just need something. The paper's held. I've got my little stencil pal. I've got a palette knife. Now, my shimmer paste has been opened more than others. I haven't shown anything in a video yet, but I have been using this. Okay, so, and it was a little thick the other day, and so I added a little water to it, which may not have been the best idea. You know what? I don't even want that. That's just, yeah. But this stuff, oh my gosh, it's so pretty. So we're gonna listen to that sound. That's some good ASMR, people. I mean, you can't buy that. You know what I mean? Okay. Oh, that is a good sound. I've always wanted to do a full-on ASMR craft video. I haven't, but I've thought about it. Now, as I look at this, I think I'm just going to slap it down. Now, this is more than I need, okay? Definitely more than I need. I'm going to just spread it like a creamery butter right up here. Okay, like that, right to the edges. Stick that back in, palette buddy, and I'm going to bring it downtown. Now I may need more. We never know until we get there, so we'll get a little bit more. I can take it right off here because there's no color, you know, on here, so this can just kind of potch on like that, and then creamery butter. Heading to the bakery. We're baking up some goodness. I am going slow and steady Trying to make sure I get every little opening without overkill. You know, this is, and this panel will get trimmed down, but I'm just showing you this. Now you go back in, you go into the soapy bin. It smells so good because I have a hot soapy water bin in here, and it just makes it feel like my studio is much cleaner than it actually is. This is going into the soapy bin. I'm sorry I don't have a soapy bin cam. And now I'm going to just wipe around the edge here so that this doesn't seal in. And if I were smart, I would put a piece of like press and seal over this, but I don't have that today, so going in here. If you don't have a palette knife, you mean like what I have here? Oh, by the way, let's take this off before it sticks. Do you have like a, oh my gosh, like a, okay, I'm gonna hold this down and lift it straight up. Oh, now that's awesome. Do you have any Pampered Chef tools? Do you know what I'm talking about? Pampered Chef tools? Because you know the scrapers that come, and by the way, this is going right into my hot soapy water. Get in there. Get in there. Okay. Do you know those scrapers that they have? They would be great for spreading paste because they're flat, you know, you scrape with them. So if you don't have that, use a Pampered Chef thing. Oh, Melissa, great tip. Yeah, gift card. That is great if you have, and we all have drawers full of them. I say do that because it's awesome. Old credit card will work great. Yep, thank you, thank you. I wouldn't have even thought of that off the top of my head. Now, I'm going to very carefully peel this off. I'm not going to worry about the sides, but look at how pretty that is. It's like this tone on tone. It has quite a bit of texture. I'm actually a little thicker on this than I thought I would be. So I'm going to fold this over. Okay. And I'm going to set this here, and we are going to move on to some wonderful ink blending. Will we use this today? Hard to say. I just really wanted to do it. Okay, so you come back here. And let's get some tools prepared. All right, parchment paper. I washed my Altenew mat last night. And when I wash this, I let it dry in the open air, right? So that I get this nice, beautiful, and now it's all sticky again. And I love that. Paste can go away. And yeah, how are we doing so far? So we're going to get some inks here, and I'm going to talk about the set we are using today, and that is the Serene Blooms. Now, I love when Altenew has a Build a Garden set that has a 4x6, so you're not going to be, if you've never done a layered bloom stencil stamp and die thing, come on, focus, come back there. That's interesting. Why are you doing that? Okay, I'm just looking. Anyway, all right, well, it's jumping out of focus. Let's put some things in there. I might be having trouble with my camera, and this kind of bums me out. Okay, let's come in a little closer. Oh, sorry about that. Sorry about that. Anyway, they're smaller, and they're easy to work with, okay? So I'm going to bring some things in that I've already stamped. I stamped them this morning using Obsidian pigment ink. I just wanted to let them dry naturally, okay? So, and I stamped a bunch in case I screwed some up. So let me grab those. Okay. See, sometimes I do this. Like I was prepping last night, and I just was stamping and getting some guys, and I cut them out and stamped them, and I thought, well, I'm just going to watch. What was I watching last night? Oh, Breaking Dawn Part 1. Sometimes I just watch movies and prep for my live streams, so I'm going to bring out the 2 that I'm planning to use, and then if I need more, I have more. Oh, don't put that on top of your blend. Okay, so you can always do some of this type of work ahead of time, like when you're like, what do I want to work on? Just cut and die cut, stamp and die cut some things, you know? Oh, this is good. Okay. Mindy, how does the stream quality look? Mindy and I were messaging earlier. We often exchange texts on, does this look good? Does this look good? That's literally how we talk. Mindy and I, that's exactly how we sound. Okay. Now, I want to show you the stencil set because these stencils work with both, obviously. And one of the things that I love about a nice Altenew set is you're going to get ideas inside. Oh, look at that pretty combo, because there's one of the dies, it's a vase or a vase if you are fancy. I'm not fancy, so I'm just going to call it a vase. You get ideas, and then they give you suggestions for colors. And I think that's good because oftentimes when I'm starting out with something, even as a person who works in this industry and makes tons of videos, and I still am like, what color should I use today? Hey, Amy, I'm glad you remembered me. Anyway, so I basically pulled these ink colors today for what I plan to do. So we'll see how it looks. All right. There's no shame in saying, hey, I just want to use whatever is suggested, because that's how we learn. Oh, it's a picture. Thank you. Thank you so much. Okay, I think I will start with the smallest one. And I have some brushes pulled already today. I'm going to use minis and micros, because you'll see as we get started, you know what, maybe I can put these glasses on if I cleaned them. Can you clean glasses with alcohol? Probably. Oh, I'm going to be fine. I'm going to ignore the dirt. Okay. So on this stencil set, they are numbered, and I'm actually going to start with the B stencils, B1, B2, B3, and B4. So these stencils, I love that they have that little divider line to kind of show you where they go. Also, easier to do this if you cut out, I think, if you cut out your pieces first once they're stamped and ready to go. Then too, you know you're not going to mess up your cuts. So let's line up a number one. Now, do I need to move you? Maybe. All right, we're going to get you lined up. And this one is really quite easy to do. Now, I say that as I move it into place. Take your time, because it's like a key into a lock. As soon as you get it, you see it, you feel it, and you seal it. See it, feel it, seal it. I just made up a saying. That's pretty good. There's another thing that I love from Altenew, and that is, this is one piece of the alignment corners. So this is for the stamp wheel, right? I have multiple sizes. I keep them just magnetized to the side of my desk here, because they work really well for masking. Now, I don't want to get anything on that particular leaf, so you just seal it down, feel it, seal it, you're ready to go. You know what I mean? Okay, so we're going to start with our first color here, and I think, yeah, that looks good. I'm going to start with strawberry. So strawberry is a very light color, and this first layer is going to be strawberry. Now, I really do love these small brushes. I love the flat heads. It's kind of changed my life. One of the reasons I like flat head brushes is everything comes in the same, right? You're not hitting something with more ink than the other. They're flat, so you bring it in and it's hitting like the same. Does that make sense? I'm a highly trained professional. It's the same. Also, I will mention, Dan and I, we are in communication, as we do live in the same house, about when we will go live together. And well, it will not be this weekend, but we're working on a plan, because yeah. Okay, so the first little color is coming in, strawberry. These are kind of warm pinks too, and I think that is very pretty. So I'm going to just cover this little friend up for a second. Another thing that I have today at the ready, alcohol, because I'm going to clean kind of as I go. The reason why you have numbers by your name is on my particular channel. Where's my pick? YouTube is displaying your actual name that you registered with. It used to not be that way, but now it's that way because they feel it shows more authenticity of who people are. A lot of people don't like it, at least in my community that I've heard. I don't like it. I had to change my name too to make sure that Cathy Zilski showed up, but that's what they're doing. So I'm sorry about that. Okay, let's move on to number 2. Now, if you want, if you're like me, and see it's a little bit off camera here, I'm just gonna give a quick spritz where I worked just a second ago, and I'm going to wipe it off with my little microfiber. No, this is not microfiber. This is a flat weave. There's not a fiber on it. Well, I mean, there is, but anyway. Okay, so then I can move on. I get ink all over the place, and I really would rather not. So we're gonna go like that, okay? And again, seal it, feel it, seal it. So much. Okay, now I'm going to bring in a little blush rose, okay? And I'm gonna be mixing these up a little here and there. I think that's by the way, some of these have labels on them because initially in my life I was going to have a brush for everything. Oh, do you need to be zoomed in a bit? Okay, but I don't now. I just look at this, like, what color does that look like? And then I do that. You know? Okay. So I'm going to take a little blush rose. I am going to tap some off, which you can't see me doing that, and then I'm going to come in from the edges. Now on some of these, when it's a little darker of an ink, I'm going to try to make the tips of these two leaves a little darker so that the flowers look a little different. Do you know? I don't want them to look absolutely identical. So I'm just sweeping that in and leaving a little light and white on the inside. Not much, just a little. That is something new for me that I used to never do, and now, by the way, did you know too when you're working, you can just stick your brush. This mat is all purpose. You can stick your brush, but I have only recently begun, and by the way, that was B2. I've only recently begun leaving some white spaces. Okay, the focus is good. All right, good. I'm really struggling with what's the best camera. All of us on YouTube, oh, this might need to move. We all want it to look good for you, and well, that's always the goal. And sometimes when we have issues, it's like, why are we having issues? Okay, feel it, seal it. And I'm going to do this as well. Okay, but yeah, leaving a little on the inside. That's new. That's new for me because I realized it just really amps up the glow factor, you know. Here's the thing. I mean, I've been making cards for a while now. I guess you could say I'm old. I'm old school, and I'm still learning things. That's what I love about this craft, this hobby, is that we get to keep learning things and trying different things, and I think that's part of the fun. That and acquiring things. We love to acquire. All right, you come up. See, these look a little different, right? So we've got definite colors that are distinct. Now, I'm going to wipe this off. Like that. And now I'm going to bring some detail into the other, because number 4, also, these are all etched. And honestly, because I can just see through them so easily, I rarely worry about the etchings. I'm always like, you know what? I can totally see what I'm doing. And so I'm just going to line up the centers of those guys. Come in here. Don't stick yet. Again, key, see it, feel it. Get up there. Get in there. Turn it. And seal it. And honestly, even if you're a little off, it's going to be great as well, because honestly, no one's really going to notice. Now, I am going to do a couple different things here though. Maybe I am a little off there. Let me just recenter that. Hold on. I want my centers to be very centered on top of those blooms. There we go. Because the inks have a translucency to them, right? You're going to be fine. But here, I want to take a little dusty pink. Now, do I have small brushes? Let me grab some. Oh, do I have a pink one? All right. I don't think I linked these in my description, but I should let you know that after the live is done, I will update all the links. Now here's what I want to do. Again, this is why I love this little guy. The micro brushes are awesome. I just want to mask that, and I want to bring in Dusty Pink. See how little that is? Oh, it's so little and cute. Bringing in some Dusty Pink on these. Okay. Masking off the other area. Because this brush is so small, I'm not too worried that I am going to go over. And again, flat head brushes, they really are nice. All right, so there's that. Then get your old pick, don't dig. Cover, take the Dusty Pink down here and blend that in. I'll kind of fade that a little bit. Just enough to give it some something like that. Now on this one, I'm just going to use the same brush, and I'm going to put a little blush rose inside there. So again, just like mask it. How about like I can get it right about there. I think I can do that. Let's start on the outside, then I won't feel as bad. Okay. And I may not go all the way out here because again, I like that fade idea. You just play. Just play until it, you think, hey, this probably looks fine. Okay. Maybe a little darker on that one. All right. We are working it. And now lift. And we have some tones. See, it's coming together. I love it. Okay, now I'll bring in centers and greenery. So the centers and the greenery are, this one is B5. So you come here. The thing about these and stencils, and it's curious to see in the poll, excuse me, how many of you have layering stencils. I think they make artsy things possible for the rest of us. And I say that as a person who feel it, seal it, who really wishes I could color like a Christina Werner or Jen Shirkus. Like I wish I had the ability, or Mindy, who's amazing with Copics, like alcohol markers. I'm working on a video right now that I hope to share this weekend that kind of proves, I guess, my point that I'm about to make, which is layering stencils make it possible for me to color things beautifully, because I just struggle so hard with it. I struggle so hard with it. So see how this is helping me mask? Oh, okay, I'll just use this. Mossy Meadow. I'm only using one green on this because one green is all you need sometimes. Gives you a lot of things. Oh, hey there in Chaska. It is beautiful in Minnesota today. If you like fall, I like fall. All right, we're just going to hold that there and bringing this in. And then I'm just going to try to sweep it so there's a little more variation, lighter and darker, right? You just change your tension, right? Just change your tension. Picker tool, lift up. Fern, thank you so much. I am amazing. You are so sweet, because some days I feel more, okay, I do need my micro. Okay, here's why. Again, need, want. The reason why micros are nice is right here. I don't have to worry about going into the other spots. And so in that regard, that's really nice to be able to go right in there. So that's another reason I love having multiple sizes. And now we're gonna get a little dark where they all come together, and then just fade it up, fade it out. Adjust the tension, dial it back. All right, I think that's gonna be pretty. I have one more color to add to the centers here, and I'm gonna add brown. Bryn, it does feel very Twilight. That is so appropriate. I know it's kind of weird, but I'm an adult twihard. I'm a fan. I know they're goofy. I know they're cheesy. But last night, as I was laying in bed watching Breaking Dawn Part 2, see, I did Part 1 while I was doing my prep. Here we're just going to do little milk chocolate centers. I enjoy the genre of the Twilight. All right. Now, when I reveal this, we have finished element number 1. Ah, come on now. Come on now. Oh, just a very simple bloom. And we're going to use the exact same colors to do the second bloom. Now, in the packaging, right, it shows doing a couple different colors. But here's the thing, and this is kind of me, but I want to share this with you because I feel like if we overcomplicate, we can get discouraged when we're crafting, especially the first time you're trying something, right? Take it from me, not the expert colorist. It's just really nice to have something more predictable in your designing. And so I'm going to take this little friend and we're going to use the exact same colors. Now it's going to look a little different because it's a different image, but I think this is going to be really pretty as well. So there we go. Isn't that nice? It's very nice. All right, where can I put this that I won't lose you? Go there. Okay, now the next set of stencils. Oh, I should wipe this off too. Don't forget, if you do use something to mask, clean that too, because I will forget sometimes and I don't ever spray alcohol on my mat. There we go. Don't forget to clean that too, because you'll surprise yourself and be like, where'd that green come from? You know? Hey, Roberta. Okay, and you know what? If you've never seen the Twilight movies, you're going to be fine. You're going to be fine. You're fine. It's not high art. It is cheesy goodness. And that just brings me a lot of joy. Okay, so here I am going to start with A1. So, and also part of the A's are also on this stencil that we just finished with. So you go behind there and we're going to start out with our first color. And again, I'm going to start out with the strawberry again and we're going to process. Oh, you know what I should do though? I should have a little cup of coffee. How's everyone doing? Hey, also, thanks to Altanu and Mitzi for being here today. And I will remind you about the special that I have going on today, thanks to Altanu. And again, it's 45% off an antique gold ink pad, a pigment ink pad. So just remind you of that because sometimes when I get going, you aren't here at the beginning and you should know about the goodness that we have. All right, now for this friend, we just have to find our places. Again, feel it. All right, see it, seal it. Now this is where I do appreciate not only that, I should do this too, but you know, I'm just gonna do a wee Post-it note because I don't want to stick another thing down. There we go. So again, we're taking the same colors. Strawberry, take my brush that I use for light pink and go on in. And I'll keep this, I'm going to do this one a little bit darker at the base and a little lighter. So this I do want it to look a little bit different, even though, you know, it's basically the exact same colors. You can get multiple looks out of the same colors. And I love that, right? It allows you to stretch the colors that you have and get more out of your ink colors. So we're gonna do the strawberry darker, fading lighter, so it's a little glowy, and bring it up. I really do. Yeah. My daughter and I love Twilight together. So it's a little bonding thing that we have. She is an adult. She's 29 and she always will tempt me in the fall with like, Mom, I could come over. I'll bring Frankie. We can watch Twilight. I'm like, girl, you just have to say Mom. And my ears prick up. You know what I mean? Frankie is here, by the way. She's had things going on in the evenings and said, Mom, can he just stay so he's not lonely? And I'm like, yes, he can stay. The other day, I was the other day on Instagram. I do post occasionally, and I posted in my story a picture of Frankie. He had fallen asleep on a blanket that actually had the cable for my iPad, and it looks like Frankie is being charged on an iPad charger. It USB-C. Cat, get it? Oh my gosh, I was feeling myself. Okay, this is beautiful. All right. And again, glowy and white. Maybe this could come up a little bit more like that. I don't want to have no ink there, but I definitely want it to look lighter and whiter. Okay. Okay, Franklin doesn't come up here very often. He likes to come into my room at 3 o'clock in the morning and aggressively mark my hands. He rubs his face against me really hard, and I could complain, but it's the only physical attention he gives me, so I take it. I take it with a smile. Okay, so I'm going to lift this up, and you will see the beauty has begun. Now we're going to move into A2. So again, there's that line. This ink is so light, I don't think I need to worry about cleaning that off. If I get some on my fingers, that's going to be fine. Again, we're gonna see it. See something, say something. See something, seal something. There we go. And again, just for protection, I'm going to pop this up. These are fun though. I've used them not only for masking. Gosh, I'm so Minnesotan. But for lining up stamps too. That's another thing you can do with them. Okay, let's get out the blush rose. It does translate to feed me grandma. He's just, you know, he's just a good boy. Okay. How are we doing? Questions? Are we making it okay? All right. He definitely recharges. I think this is this color. All right, blush rose. And again, I'm going to tap some off so that I'm not worried about that. Just so that we get darker at the bottom and then fade up. I will say, I've gotten pretty good with the dark to fade up. And I think it's because of, this one can be darker though. I think it's these brushes because I'm kind of knowing when to pull it back on the throttle. Do you know what I'm saying? Yeah, it's a very Midwestern thing. And I grew up in a place where we never said ope. We said oops, not ope. Now I say ope. And Dan says I sound more Minnesotan than him. I don't think I sound overly Minnesotan when I'm talking. Like when I'm doing videos for YouTube, especially when I'm editing, there's a lot of things that I try to edit out. That's one of them. The word but it's it's just something I try to do. Okay. I don't always succeed. But I try. Okay. So we're lifting. Okay. Now here, oh, it's so pretty. See how it's coming together? Now I will wipe this one off real quick because that's too much ink and it will get on me. And I am I'm a neatnik. Not to be confused with a beatnik, but I think I would have been a beatnik. I mean, I was born in the 60s. Okay. We are moving on to A3. And then again, you just see it, feel it. And I was a little off there, actually. Maybe I got a little aggressive with my coloring, but it won't matter. It will look so pretty. Okay. Now, on this one, I am going to keep the same brush and the same color, but not as much, I don't think. I'm not too worried about that. We're just going to bring it in again, and I'm going to make this lighter. That way, you're creating different layers of color with the same ink, although that needs a little more right there. Okay. And if you have a piece that flaps up here, always use your craft pick. It's easy to use to hold things down, and it won't get in the way of your blending. Okay, it's a little light there. So that way this will feel, you know, like another color, not quite as dark. Okay, I like it. Lift. And see, they start to come together, right? There's a little depth, there's a little difference in color. I like that. I wonder if I should have gone a little darker there. You know what? I might, just right there. I feel like I want a little more because I did up there. Hold on. Again, line it up, stick it down, just a bit more. There we go. Oh, I got a little, now that was a little aggressive. So now we're gonna have to just blend that out. But the thing is too, you know, the inks, when they smooth out and dry, they're gonna start to just blend and move into the paper, and it will just look beautiful. Okay, that's gonna be fine. I just needed a bit more oomph to that one. All right, now I'm getting going. You know, there are accent sponges out there in the world. My husband has accused me of such things, and he's not wrong. When I lived in Texas, I had an accent. 4 years in Texas, and I'd say things like, you know, y'all, I'm fixing to. Where did you grow up, Cathy? Seattle, Washington. Thank you so much, Carola. Thank you. You're at the airport. Well, there you go. I'm glad you're here, passing the time. Okay, did I get any on there? No, we're good. Yeah, and then I moved here, and I just do my best to try to keep it on the level. All right, now I'm going to bring in the leafery layer. So let's get the leafery, also known as leaves. And we'll do that. See it, seal it. I guess there's a little piece of leaf in there. Again, just gonna mossy meadow it up, okay? And you know who else, the other accent that I pick up very quickly when I'm around said people? Canadian. That's another accent. I love it because it reminds me of all of my relatives. And here again, dark to light, right? It's going to be really nice to go dark and then just pull back on the throttle, right? Pull it back, dark to light. But Canadians, and I can't do it right now. I have to be around a Canadian in order to make it work. Catherine, when I talk to, although you know it's funny, Catherine, who is the founder and publisher of what's the word? Scrapbooking Cards Today, she doesn't sound as Canadian to me as she did when we first started working together. Now she just sounds like Catherine. Sometimes my grip mat keeps a bit of my cardstock behind. Oh, that's a good question. I've never had that happen. Do you mean like a photopolymer mat, Lisa, or a sticky mat? Because sometimes the sticky mats can grab your cardstock. I've never had that happen. I mean, that's right, Amy's my relative. I've never had that happen on a grip mat, a photopolymer sticky mat. I've had it happen on grip mats because those take time to kind of release some of the heavy stick that they have. And that has happened to me there, but not on a photopolymer. So I don't know if you're having that issue on photopolymer, but you could try this and see if that happens. Oh, well, Lisa, do you have the ultra? Aren't there like two, Mitzi? Is there an ultra sticky and just like a, I think there might be two. Why am I thinking that right now? I could be wrong. You know, if it's too sticky, oh, Mindy's got a great tip. Pick up the mat and bend the mat so that let's get our stems here. I want to make sure I'm getting this lined up while I'm paying attention. You can pick up the mat, bend it, and let the cardstock come away on its own. That's a great tip. I mean, sometimes, oh gosh, come here, Cathy, you can do this. Sometimes, if it's just so sticky, I can see that happening. All right, let's see. Come on, Cathy, you can do it, right? I'm having stick problems. Let me stick and talk in just a second. There we go. Yes, the bend thing. Okay, try the bend. You do that. Well, you have a sticky mat. You know what you could do? Lisa, take your mat, rub it against your shirt. It sounds weird, but it's going to pick up some fiber. It's going to pick up some things. And just kind of like, you know, roll it on your body. Not your unclothed body, but just try that and see if it helps. Because yeah, I mean, that would be frustrating. Oh, you know what? Hold on here. I'm going to make this one a little darker. See, tone on tone. Makes it look like all the magic is happening when it's just one color ink. So yeah, try to put it against you or like your hands. You know what I mean? Press your hands all over it. Rub your hands all over it. Or, yeah, I mean, sometimes cardstock, I've just never had that happen on this particular mat. All right, I'm going to bring you up. Get my stems in. And then are we done with our coloring? I think we are. Now we get to make some magic. Okay, I'm good. We're good. I'm going to wipe some of this real quick. Release. Oh, and it's 12:40. See, this is great. I actually have no lunch today. I think I'm going to have cereal for lunch. And there is the bloom. Isn't that pretty? So now when we look at them side by side, they're going to look lovely. Yeah, like don't, you know, if someone were to walk into your craft room and you were just, you know, rolling around and sticking things from your craft supply onto yourself, you know, people might be like, what is she doing? My husband might have more interest in crafting if that were happening, but there you go. Okay. He really doesn't know what I do. I try to explain to him clearly. It's going to be fun when I get him on the channel, but it's going to take a lot of planning. Okay. So done. And look at how pretty these are. Did I even bring in the dusty pink? I don't think I did. So, okay, where's the first one? So on these, I really didn't bring the dusty pink in. You know, I could do a little bit over the top. I just want it to have a really good matchy-matchy. Let me see, is that the first one? Let me just see. Yes, it is. I'm going to do a tiny bit more just on the base here. And this is what's great is you can come back with your stencils, right? And just say, oh, what else do I need a little more of? And you can use that as you will. So it's just like you're doing some great coloring, but it's just adding a little more. And I think this is really pretty. Now here's the thing too. I'm no expert on light and shadow. I just know that a little dark and a little light looks kind of cool. And here, I'm just going to bring that up. I got to be careful because I don't want to go on there. I'm trying just to do it with this brush because I think that's fine. Okay. You know what? That's going to be a little missing piece. And up. See how that just makes the difference and creates the visual link to that? I do like it. I think this is really pretty. And again, that's very light up there. Gosh, you know what? Now that I'm looking at that, hold on. I may want to add a tiny bit more. I guess if anything, I'm showing you the versatility of stencils because you can view your progress as you go. Come back in. That this is what my strawberry was, and just bring in a little more like that. Oh, so fun. Okay, so there we go. And now my little mat. See these, the thing is, I think I use this so much, but even when it's sticky, like check it out. I'm not going to tear this now. Watch it would happen if I did this. Lisa, thank you. I hope that, well, see, because Lisa here, if you were scared, but you said you did that, you know, you can pick it up and you can start bending it, right? but this wasn't sticking that badly. So now I have these lovely things like this. I'm going to put this back in. This is, did I learn this from you, Amy Rasavi? The parchment paper. I definitely learned how to store mats. You just put them in other things, but it makes it easier to slide it back in. But I will do that later. Okay, so now I have some things, and the things are cute. And I'm going to need a greeting, and I'm going to need, and I'll show you what I did. Now, I don't know if I'm going to use it, but I cut a little silver vase. I thought that was really cute. And because I work in television, I'm going to show you something. I don't know if I'm using it, but remember earlier when we did our little blending? Just cleaning these up. Okay, remember that just a little while ago? Let's get our greetings out too. Well, I thought I would show you what it looks like when it's completely dry and trimmed. Oh, look at that shine. Look at that texture. See all that? Isn't that cool? So that's what it looks like when it's dry. And I just thought, and it dries actually relatively quickly. And so I may use this as my panel. Now, this is what is so cute. You can put your bloom, right inside the pitcher. Okay, can't really slide on here because of the thing with the deal, but this is what I'm thinking of doing. Now, whether you wanted to put the second blooms back in, that I'm not sure yet, but I am going to make, like these can go behind. Isn't that cool? It's very pretty. All right, I'm going to make a white note card base for this because, you know, it's me. I'm going to do white. And I may trim this down a little bit. But I may not, because this is pretty large and I haven't stamped my greeting yet, so I'm not sure yet what I'm going to do. And I actually wonder if the greeting would be really pretty embossed in silver. So I might do that. So let's first score. I have you, and we're gonna score our note card. I'm gonna fold it down, get this out of the way. Oh, it's always such a mess in here after I'm done. Okay, like that. Now, I wanna see what the trim looks like on this guy. Oh, that's kind of nice, you know, as I say, again, I could bring it in a little bit, so I'm going to. Let me get my trimmer. I think I'm going to use the panel because it's just, again, when you do something that's tone on tone, it just adds some texture without being in your face. And the thing that's cool about this though, they have multiple colors in this. You can tint this though, and that is what makes this so all-purpose, because you could take any one of your inks. You could even use a re-inker to do it, but it works fine if like you smush down some color, put some paste on, mix it up, and make a custom color. You don't put it back in the jar, obviously, but I think that's really cool. Now, I am going to cut this. I'm going to bring you in here. By the way, I have to stand up to cut. I can't do this sitting down. I'm going to go 3 3/4 by 5. Okay, I could cut these with dies, but I don't want to. And that way, it's going to give me a bit more margin. Okay, while I'm sitting here, let me, and also I have a, okay, Diana, this took about 30 minutes last night and it was dry. Now the one that I have here that we just did on camera, I think I put more paste on it. Oh, it's not dry. So that's about 45 minutes ago, but this has like considerably more paste. I'm not sure why I got so heavy-handed with it. So it depends, but then I just let it sit all night. I didn't even touch it. So another thing you can do is you can do multiples of things like this and then just go, oh, I think I'll make some of these and let them sit for a while. And I highly recommend that. But you can also hit it with a heat tool if you like a low heat tool. Oh yes, the Urban Zoo. There's a crafter mat that happens in here, and it's yeah, there's just a lot. But after this, I will probably go have a bowl of, oh, those are sharp scissors. I just cut my panel. I will probably go have a bowl of cereal before I take a picture of the card. Also, I'm going to give this card away. So if you think, Cathy, I love this card, I would like you to send it to me. I would like to do that for you. Jennifer Miner, I guess we say, it's always nice to have extras. When I am using a panel that I have done stuff on, like any sort of moisture medium, could you ink blend over the, like on here? Tanya, I think you could, but I think because it has so much texture, your ink would catch, your brushes would catch, but it could look cool. Maybe I'll try that with my sample piece when it dries. I like seeing people that like cereals. Okay, excuse me while I stand up and look straight down because I cannot do this any other way. We're gonna pop you down with a beautiful margin. Yes. I mean, seriously, just legit on its own, that would be so good for a panel, right? Okay, now let's get a greeting going because we can't finish this without a greeting. But here's what I was thinking, like you're gonna have everything hopefully popping out of the picture. And I may be trimming those flowers or those leaves. And then I'm going to definitely have to pop the picture up. But isn't that a pretty gathering? Ooh. Okay, I need more white cardstock. All right. Hold tight. I have to get some embossing ink. Where's that embossing ink? Do I have it? Huh. All right. Come here now. Where are you at? Where are you at? I cannot find my embossing ink. Huh. That's weird. Wait. Okay, here we go. I got some. All right. I do have my Ulta New embossing ink, and I will slide this out. Now, I have the small stamp wheel, the older one, and I have the newer one. But I will tell you that sometimes, do I have the Ulta New Silver? I don't think I do. Sometimes when I am, by the way, I think a black greeting would look really pretty with this, but I'm going to do the silver. But if I'm doing something small, I tend to not use the big one if I'm using my stamp wheel because I just like the smaller size and it also fits in here so nicely. Okay. So let's just put this right in the center like that. And I'm going to move this aside. I really like how this is coming. Like that's something. Okay. I think that the pretty greeting. Oh, okay. This is where we actually have to plan a little. Sending happy thoughts would look really pretty over the center. And love you would also look good. So here's what we're going to do. We're doing them both. We're doing them both because why not? Sending happy thoughts and love you. Okay. Oh, wait, there's a hugs too? Oh, that's what I just grabbed. No, I'm not going to do hugs. I think hugs is too small. I mean, too small for this card. Now, here's the thing. When I do something like this, it excites me because, again, florals, texture pastes, fancy, shiny. Card making has changed what I believe to be true about myself as a maker. I'll tell you that. I'll tell you that straight up. Okay, and also this is my favorite. Oh, now the paper came up. You know what? I should do it in the corner. I know better than that. We'll place them again. Anti-static powder's coming, but this guy. Oh, I know there's a couple different adhesive, or not adhesive, stamp conditioners, but these come in a 3-pack. Again, I will update my supply list. I think I forgot to put some of these in. They're my favorite because it just does such a nice job of priming your stamp. You can do it with your finger, right? Fingers work. See, now I can lift that up and, oh, now it sticks. Anyway, that first coating needs to come off. It's just part of the manufacturing process. Oh, thank you. Yes. Oh, please remember to like and subscribe. YouTube is a wonderful place to be. And I just keep doing what I'm doing. Go slow and steady. I'm really grateful for, by the way, anti-static powder. Really grateful to have subscribers because this is the most fun job there is. I don't care what anyone says. And okay, now where's the center? There we go. And if you like the channel, subscribe. It's hard to get in front of new people. I signed up for this service called vidIQ. I'm not to impugn them. I'm paying for it. It gives you all these things that you could say in your video, or you could name your video. And I realized I could do that. I could say that this technique will change your life for the rest of your life forever. But that's not really accurate. So I think that I'm just going to keep doing, like, some of the suggestions are like, that's not what my video's about. So I just keep doing what I'm doing. Okay, this is clear embossing ink, by the way. Okay. So now I got to go that way. And I sometimes flip incorrectly. Okay, but I will bring in my little pressure tool. Okay. I probably should do this twice because twice is nice. There we go. Flip that way. Yeah, YouTubers, we're always trying to find ways to grow. And some of the things they say, it just seems like, no, that's not my channel. People are not going to be able to teleport after they watch my video. Do you know what I'm saying? Because if that were true, I would be a billionaire. Okay. All right, now we're going to do this. And we're going to see how well I transferred ink. Do I have? Yes, I do. You. Oh, come on. Out you go. All right. This is a big scrap of paper. I probably did not need this much. But you know me. I'm excessive. Oh, Cheryl, thank you so much. You guys are very generous and kind. So thank you for that. Not everybody likes me. But I like me, and a lot of you do. That's really all that matters, because we're having fun. Are we having fun? We are. Oh, yeah. Did I mess that up? I want to use the happy thoughts. I think I put it down wrong. You know what? I'm going to do it again to get it right. Yep, I'm going to do it again. I messed it up. Hold tight. I think when I flipped it the other way, it didn't look right. Now, I could just brush this away. This is, I'm gonna do this. This is a way to save. You don't need extra cardstock. Just do this. We're gonna brush it all away. I'm not gonna put this back in the jar because this one has already had stuff on it, okay? This gets to go away. This is a nice way to show you how to save something if you mess it up, okay? Wipe. Flip it. We're going to use the other side. Come back. This time I'm not going to forget how to flip it. So you're going to go like that and that. Okay. Pop it in. Oh, now it has powder on it. That's okay. Take your Swiffer cloth or whatever you pick up powder with. These, by the way, invaluable. It's one of my most, I cut a little hole in each one that I use, and I hang it on a hook on my desk. It's the best. Okay, don't forget again, anti-static. All right? Because this has been handled now more than I probably wanted it to. Yeah, I mean, I guess I could get more gimmicky, but again, it's like you have to, one of the things that I want to do on my channel is just show you stuff that I'm working on and learning too. And I don't have 30 ideas to use for masculine cards. You know, I love that people can do that. That's not my channel. And I've tried to keep it as in my wheelhouse as possible. And I think that's what makes it fun. Okay, let's try this again. There we go. Press. This has to be right. And if I had to do it a third time, I would do it a third time because today I got to know where to go. Pick it up, flip it, and do it again. All right. Because I do think I want the larger greeting, but we're going to come in, lock it into place, and drop it down. That should be better. Grab my powder, do it again. What is that cheer they used to do in high school? 5 and 10, do it again. Oh, yeah.
You're doing it wrong.
I was doing it wrong. That's the voice we all hear. And that, my friends, is the money. Okay. Now let's hope I didn't handle this so much that there's powder sticking everywhere. Okay, you go here. You go here. And you add our silver powder. Sprinkle on. But I will update all the supplies. I'll do it as soon as I can. Oh yeah, that's much better. There we go. There we go. Okay. I'll do that as soon as I can because there's things I've used today that I did not list in my supplies. Sometimes you just don't know until you get there. It's one of the things I do like about a live video. I mean, yes, obviously I did a lot of planning for this because you know, I want it all new to know, I'm going to make your stuff look good. You know, you don't want to just be like, whoops, I have no idea what I'm doing. But I do. So let's warm up our heat tool before we melt the powder. And drink coffee. Oh, there we go. All right. That is super cute. I'm digging this. I'm digging the silver. Okay, now here's the fun thing. In the die set, we also have the greeting dies. So let's grab this. Oh, I forgot that I have my window open. Thank you for your kind words. I do appreciate them. You know, I kind of figure in life right now, here I am, looking down the barrel of 60. It's a few months away. But like, you know, I try to make crafting fun and try to encourage you to have fun because this stuff is fun. And yeah, and YouTube is fun. I watch YouTube every single night before I go to bed. That's the last thing I do, whether it's like, oh, I want to see what my crafty friends are doing, or you know, last night I was watching videos on AirPods, the new AirPods, because I bought some. And there's a lot of things they do that I don't know about. And YouTube is just, it's a helpful, happy place. Okay, let's see if I can get this lined up perfectly. Now, I will tell you, my mat isn't as magnetic as it once was. So I'm going to get my head over here. I'm going to bring it down a little because the more you cut into it, the less magnetized it feels. And I hope I do a good job. I want to look. I think that looks good, but I am taping. Got to tape it. Got to tape it up. Okay. I will cut the love you as well because, you know, you always have a backup. We always like to have that goose to our maverick. All right. Heidi, it's a visual ASMR. Hold on a second. Even though my cold is over, I don't need to be sniffing. Here we go. Back to the die cut machine. All right, let's see how we do. Magnets. Mari, hey, nice to see you here. Oh, these are very stuck down, so I guess. Okay, that is, oh, I nailed it. Mostly. Yeah, that's going to be good enough. I didn't realize it cut out a little part there too. We're going with it. We're going to go with it because I feel like, although, here's the thing. You don't know until you know. That's perfect. Let me cut out 2 more layers of this. Where did I put my pick? So that I have a little bulk. I need to bulk up. Not really. Okay. I take drink breaks. Okay. True story. Today when I was getting ready for the live, like literally a few minutes before I went live, I was trying to bring my coffee closer to me, and because my coffee was kind of cold, and I thought to myself, oh, just grab the base. It won't be hot. It was burning hot, and it looks fine. I lightly burned the tip of my finger. It doesn't hurt right now, which is great. I also took 3 Advil before the live so that it wouldn't start throbbing. Yeah. Anyway, I don't know what I'm saying. Okay. How are y'all doing out there? Thanks for still being here. I mean, I don't know. You know, it's just a day. We're just gonna keep on making. It is nice to do a live when you don't have to be done for some other reason. See, I'm a little off there, but it's not the worst. We'll just glue these and then we'll decide. Let's take a little glue and add these together. Yeah, it hurt. And I ran to the sink and I put it under cold water and I'm like, okay, there's not going to be any blistering. You're okay. You're okay. And then I was glad I didn't have that neurological disorder where you don't feel pain. They always seem to make those people into movies. Do you know what I mean? Where they don't feel pain, so they don't remove their hands. Okay. I don't know where that came from. Oh, Janet, happy late birthday. My birthday is in March. It is the 8th of March. It is a high holy day around here. And my husband's birthday is the 6th. So we celebrate our birthdays together and individually. So we celebrate on our birthday days, we celebrate on what we call the tween day, and then we celebrate on my birthday. You know, you wouldn't think two Pisces together. It's not always the best combo, but we do fine. We are celebrating our anniversary this weekend. We will have been married 34 years. I don't wear a ring because I gained weight and I'm not getting it sized again. It's like I've sized it too many times. So I like people to think that I'm single and I like to mingle when I go out and about. But 34 years on Sunday. And the way we are celebrating is one of my YouTube or Instagram and friends and followers gave me tickets to Purple Rain. She can't go, and she's a season ticket holder. Purple Rain, the musical, is premiering before it goes to Broadway here in Minneapolis. And that is where I will be Sunday afternoon watching Purple Rain, the musical. The cast looks amazing. I will let you know. And then Saturday night, we're going out to dinner at our favorite little steakhouse that costs an arm and a leg. So, which is Baldemar in Roseville. It's really good, actually, if you haven't been there. But, you know, here's the thing, and now I'm rambling. When I go to a place that like Baldemar that's like this expensive steakhouse, and I see so many people there, and I know how much dinner costs, and I'll like see people with all their kids and all these people, I'm like, are people just made of money? Because we don't do this but once a year. It's just like, okay. Oh, your magnet Oh yeah, you know what? Yes, just use some glue. These I've had, mine have not come out, but I have some of the black ones and they have come out. Just use some super glue, because they will slip out. Again, mine have not come out of the white ones, but they just glue it back in. Yeah. Yeah, see the ring thing. I mean, I just figure, here's the thing about Dan too. I don't know, by the way, when we're going to get our live going, but it will happen. He just like stays the same weight forever. I'm just like, dude, I gave you children. My body remembers. The body remembers how much weight I gained. I was one of those people in childbirth where I was 225 on delivery day. My doctor said to me, can you just go for a walk? It was bizarre. And then it just keeps wanting to go back there. Okay, so here's what we're going to do. I am going to take some foam squares. That's my excuse. Just like my body just wants to get back to the stasis, We are going to put some foam squares on the base of our pitcher like that. So that can be popped up a little. Ooh, you know what? I don't know if I want that thick of ones. I might change my mind. I think we're going to do this. So I want this to be in such a way that a little bit is in each margin, okay? But I need to make sure before I place this down. I think we got to come up a little like that. I want this to be centered. Maybe it doesn't have to be centered because I am more interested in the flower arrangement being centered. And then, oh my gosh, that's going to be, and then that will be centered. Oh yeah. So this would be pretty by itself, but I think I'm going to add this behind it. Now, I don't know if I want that extra bloom or the leaves. I'm going to trim the leaves because I have a lot going on here. And so I'm going to come right on the edge and trim that off. Oh, there's a little guy up there too. I'm going to trim you as well. You wouldn't have to if you wanted to keep it all in there, but I think this is, yeah. And then that can just kind of fill a little of the space behind. Okay. So while I'm talking, I'm going to add a little glue. Now, I really like this though. Isn't this fun? I guess I could zoom in a little. All right. And how's the picture quality? Has it been decent? Let me know. Let me know in the chat. Yeah, those of you may or may not know, the first time I quit smoking, well, I quit smoking for good in 2006. So I'm coming up on 20 years. But I tried quitting in college. That never really worked. But the minute I had a positive pregnancy test, I never smoked again until she was about 2 years old. Why I decided to go back, I'll never know. But because I'm an idiot. That's one of the times I quit. And so food tasted so good. Oh, did I not put the link for my blog in the description? Let me see here. I want to see if that's there before I get too chatty. I forgot to put it. I will update that real quick here. Hold on. Let me go edit post. Anyway, the reason I tell you this story is because hold on. Let's get that link. Short link, copy, and I'm going to put it in the description like that, and that, and that. Okay. And that, I gained a ton of weight. There's the blog post link. So much because I ate food like there was no tomorrow. It was the greatest time of my life. It does look good with the one bloom. Now, there's the link. Could I put the upward leaf behind the small bouquet? I mean, I could do some cutting too. Actually, I know this is weird. I might change my mind. I'm going to see how that looks. Like if this is coming out like that, right? What if we did that? So you're only seeing a little. Do you know what I mean? So I'll put you, and again, I like when things extend out of the boundary. Please tell me I didn't just mess that up. No, maybe. I think it needs to come over just a tiny bit, like that. As long as it will still fit in the card. Okay. And you know what? I'm going to have to trim a little bit, and that's what we do. We just trim as we need. We do a little surgery like that, okay? Now I may need a little more glue on here, but here's, again, you could do this on a much larger card. 5x7. It is better, yep. See, and now a little bit's coming out there. I like that. Okay. Okay. So just, you know, we're blooming. And now this here. You know, it still needs to come up a bit. Like that. I think it's pretty. Okay, so we're arranging. We're going to come up a little bit more, and I think I'll tilt just a bit like that. And then that's there. Yep. All right, more glue. See, smaller spaces, USA 2, it does take a little finagling. But if you did this on a 5x7, or you could crop to the edges, like you could have this bloom going to the boundary. And on the sample, I'll show you as soon as I get this placed. They're definitely, and before I press, I'm going to make sure I like that. Right? Yep. Oh, yeah, I like that. Here, this card shows you a trim where you trim the blooms off at the edge. So you would crop that down, and that makes your card look more expansive, I think. And I think it's really pretty. I just wanted to have this be contained. And now I can put another foam square in here. Oh, I'm running low on the foam squares. That's okay. Do I have any more? Probably not. So, I mean, there's a lot going on here. Now we get our cute little picture. And again, the picture is going to be a little off center because this will be centered right on top like that. Oh, I think it's really pretty. I may need some more foam squares though. Let me grab some. Come here now. Are these the ones? No, these are all thin. What is happening over here, Cathy? Let's get, okay. So I'm going to need to think about the extra foam squares. There we go. A little low on the squares. Now, this isn't really going very deep in there. So that is going to go, or is it? It's all about finesse and placement. I do see people sharing their quitting smoking stories. I love quitting smoking stories. I just was never thought much about my weight because I would always be like, oh, do I want this donut or do I want this cigarette? No competition at all. None. It was always the cigarette. So, but you know, hopefully I bought a few years of life by quitting. And if you're trying to quit, you know, and it's hard, I'm going to tell you this. It's the hardest thing you'll ever do. It's real hard. It's real hard. You have my sympathy every which way possible. Okay, don't want that to, do I want the, no, I don't want to see that dip in. I just want it to be right here. Okay. Now you gotta let them sit for a second while we're thinking about this, and maybe I kind of want this to have some support so that it doesn't get squashed down in the mail, but maybe I don't, because then it would be so clearly stuck. I think we're just gonna glue that in the center. So let me make sure this is adhered. Yeah, that's really pretty. Now, again, I could also just do the love you, but I think the other one just expands the way you want to do. You know, Catherine, that's really nice of you to say. I mean, Honestly, when I teach classes, I feel like I'm talking for hours on end. And it's fun. It's fun. It's a good time. Okay, let's say you are nicely adhered, and now this is slick, so it's going to take a sec. I kind of like how it's kind of tilting off that way, but this will be centered. So to do that, we're going to flip you over. We're going to find the points of contact. You. And I got to be careful because it's going to slip slide like a slip and slide. Okay. Flip it good, and just put this right on. Again, I just didn't really want to put foam squares. I'm just going to see how it slides so much with liquid glue on slick paper. We're going to have to let that adhere and balance it. Can I balance that? Right there. Okay. Okay, let's do a quick reminder while that's adhering. So remember, if you want to purchase anything from Altenew, get yourself some 45% off antique gold pigment ink. I'm going to have some of this myself soon because it's coming my way. But that is my special. So there's a link in my description, and there is also a blog post, and I will link that again. There we go. And you can get the information on the blog post as well. So there it is in the chat. Look at me multitasking like a, who am I? Just don't even, I have two computers. So there's this one and there's this one. This one, this one. Oh, let's see the poll. I'm going to check that and end the poll. What do we got going here? We've got the number one thing. I have lost count. I have so many stencils. So there you go. You know, I'm going to do it. I'm going to do it. Okay, I think this is lovely. Now, Ingrid, I know you probably want me to put some sort of gem on here. I don't know if I'm going to. I really like this as is, but let's take a look. I hope this is it. I'm going to have to let this glue. So if, see the shine behind it? There's like, and here's the thing. The deco, this deco stencil, it's not the same genre of style, if you will, right? It's kind of modern and it's kind of funky, but that is where you get something really cool happening when you do a tone on tone with, where did it go? With something like this. Like if I had done this in color, the shimmer relief paste, I think it would have taken away from the look. So you can have extra textures happening, and if you keep them in that more tone on tone, I mean, it is just, the stencil paste is really cool. So I definitely did this thinner. I even got a little mucked up at the bottom, but you don't really notice that. Like, yeah, I like how this turned out. I think this is really simple. I am not going to overlay my grid today because I just want to make sure that has plenty of time to not slip and slide. But I mean, really, we kind of have an asymmetrical hue to the card. It's kind of the florals are spilling out over here. And yeah, this feels really different for me just to have that beautiful background, the really simple blended leaves. And again, you can do, you know, some of the leaves could be one color, some of the leaves could be the other, but I just wanted to have more color uniformity because for me, I think it makes it a little simpler. So that's my card for today, everyone. Thank you so much for being here. Thank you to Altenew again for the special. Be sure to check it out. It runs through the 17th. And you know, the boops, I know I could, but I feel like if I decide to do some after the fact, I will. But do you know what? Sometimes that happens too. Sometimes I'll finish the video and I'll think, you probably should have changed it. But I kind of feel like, you know what? This is just gonna sit and live for a little bit. If I decide while I'm updating my supply list, oh, maybe I should add something, I might, but I don't think I will. Hard to know. But thank you for being here. Thank you for being a subscriber and watching my channel. I appreciate you so much. Thanks again to Altenew. I will have, let's see, I will have a new video this weekend for you if I finish my coloring video. A little preview. It's all about Olo markers and that I'm not very good with them. But the card's cute. It just took an awful lot to get there. So hopefully that will be coming. And again, thank you for being here. I appreciate you all. And I never know what to say when it's time to go. But I will see you back here with another card soon. Bye. Thanks so much for joining me today for my live stream. If you're not a subscriber, I'd love to have you, so hit that subscribe button and hit the notification bell so that you don't miss the next time I post. Here are a few more videos you might be interested in checking out. Thanks for watching and have a great day.